Hey, welcome to our explainer. Today, we're diving into something that can literally save you thousands of dollars: how to properly maintain your floor scrubber. And look, this isn't just about wiping down a machine. This is a real strategy for protecting one of the most important and expensive assets in your facility.
So let's just start with a quick question. Do you see your floor scrubber as just another tool, or do you see it as an investment? Because honestly, how you answer that question changes everything. It changes how you treat it, and in the end, how well it works for you.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to kick things off with why this is all so important. Then we'll get right into the practical stuff, that super quick 5-minute daily check. From there, we'll get into the real heart of it, your weekly and monthly schedule. Then we'll zoom out to look at long-term planning, and we'll wrap up with some pro tips that'll really take your machine's performance to the next level.
Okay, let's get right into it. Why are we even talking about this? Well, because taking care of your machine isn't just some nice-to-do item on a checklist. It all comes down to 4 key pillars that have a direct impact on your bottom line. And here they are. First up, you get a much longer machine life. That's a direct return on your investment right there. Second, you're going to have way lower repair costs because you'll catch those tiny little problems before they turn into huge, expensive disasters. Third, it just cleans better. You get the results you actually paid for. And finally, and this one is so important, it's about safer operation. You're preventing leaks or electrical issues that could put your team at risk. This isn't just a chore list, it's just smart management. Now for what is, by far, the easiest win you can get all day. These next few things take less than 5 minutes at the end of every shift, but I promise you, they will prevent the vast majority of problems people run into. Just think of this as the non-negotiable foundation for keeping your machine healthy. So here it is, the daily 5. 1. Empty and rinse out that dirty water tank. Super important for preventing smells and gunk. 2. Flush the clean water tank to keep it from clogging up. 3. Give the squeegee a quick wipe down for a perfect dry. 4. Rinse the brushes or pads to stop them from getting gross. And 5. Plug it in so it's fully charged and ready to go for next time. That's it. 5 steps that will become second nature in no time.
And this right here is exactly why that first step is so critical. If you leave dirty water sitting in that recovery tank overnight, you're basically asking for nasty smells and a slimy buildup that can clog up the whole system. A quick daily rinse? It avoids that problem completely. And think about this one simple action. The squeegee is the part that gives you those perfectly dry floors. Wiping down the blades every day gets rid of any little bits of debris and stops the rubber from rotting and cracking way too early. This is your ticket to a perfect streak-free finish every single time. Okay, so we've got our daily routine down. Now let's build on that foundation, your weekly and monthly schedule. This is the real heart of preventative care. This is where you stop just reacting to problems and you start getting proactive, which is how you really extend the life of your machine.
The key here is just making it a habit. So every week you're doing a quick checkup, looking at the battery terminals for any corrosion, rinsing out the filters to keep suction strong, and glancing over the hoses for leaks. Then, once a month, you go a little deeper. You'll check the wiring, maybe test the vacuum motor's performance, and rotate the brushes so they wear down evenly. This schedule right here is your roadmap to a machine that just keeps on running.
All right, we've nailed the daily, weekly, and monthly stuff. Now let's zoom out for a second and think like a real asset manager. How do you actually future-proof this investment so it gives you years and years of reliable service? Well, long-term care really comes down to a few key strategies. Every few months, it's a good idea to do a really deep clean and get into all those nooks and crannies. You should absolutely schedule an annual service with a certified pro. They've got the tools to spot things you might miss. Also, keep an eye on the usage hours. That's your best clue for when it's time to proactively replace parts like brushes or filters. And here's a modern one. If you have a smart scrubber, make sure you're keeping that software up to date for the best cleaning performance. And please don't overlook this. How you park the machine is just as important as how you clean it. Always store it somewhere dry, and definitely protect it from freezing temperatures, which can totally wreck the water systems. And here's a fantastic pro tip. Always, always store it with the squeegee assembly lifted up off the floor. That one little action keeps the blades from getting warped and can literally double their lifespan. So we've covered all the schedules. Now let's finish up with a few pro tips that will take you from being just a user to a true expert operator, someone who gets the absolute best performance out of their machine.
Consider this your troubleshooting cheat sheet.
Are you seeing streaks on the floor? It's almost always the squeegee. Is the suction feeling weak? First thing to check are the hoses and the filter. Not enough water coming out. That points to a clog in the solution line. And if the battery just isn't holding a charge anymore, well, it's probably time to check its health. These quick fixes will solve 90% of your problems right on the spot.
And finally, let's lock all this in with 4 golden rules. 1, make sure every single person who touches that machine is trained on these steps. 2, only use the cleaning solutions the manufacturer recommends. The wrong chemicals can destroy seals and pumps. 3, replace parts like squeegee blades and brushes before they fail. Don't try to squeeze an extra week out of them. And last, keep a simple log. It holds everyone accountable and shows you exactly what's been done and what's coming up.
So let's end on this thought. When you follow these steps, from that 5-minute daily check to the long-term plan, you're not really doing chores. You're actively protecting your investment. You're guaranteeing lower costs, better results, and a much longer life for your machine. It's not a chore, it's just smart.